All right, episode 76 from Bowling Green, Kentucky. I did better than I thought I was going to yesterday. I may have been able to make it all the way to Louisville, but that would have been I stopped just after I stopped, I guess, close to 8:30, and that was like 12 hours. I did take a power nap. I don't know how long I was out, either 15 minutes or 15 or I don't think it was 30 minutes, but I did take a power nap around, I thought it was about 12:30, 1 o'clock. But I would have showed up at 10, but with the time change, it would have been 11. Brother's a doctor. He doesn't need to be me waking him up at 11. I am staying next to the Corvette plant. I looked it up here. I knew the Corvette plant was here because a friend of mine bought a classic Corvette. It did not go well for him. He tried to nickel and dime it is what he tried to do, right? He bought a cool Corvette and he tried to nickel and dime it instead of trying to fix it up. The Bowling Green Assembly, the Pride of Bowling Green Assembly, are the three fantastic products it builds on the main assembly line. The Corvette Stingray, the Corvette Z06. I went running around the plant. I didn't even know it was there. And the Corvette E-Race, someone was driving a Z06 and having fun doing it. All right. I mean, there's a couple of long straightaways where you can have a little bit of fun. I probably don't have time to take a tour. Let's see here. Visitor's guide. Let's see here. Oh, no, we don't want that. Let's see here. GM, about us, commitments, innovations. Let's see here. Corvette. Can you take a tour? It says tours, plant tours. Oh, so it's the museum. Plant tours, learn more. Sold out. 2024 Corvette Caravan and 30th anniversary exclusive plant tours. We're excited to offer exclusive Bowling Green plant tours during our 2024 Caravan and 30th anniversary celebration, August 28th to the 31st. Sold out. Wow. All right. Phones are not allowed in the plant. Plant tours are not available on weekends and during specific blackouts. All attendees must wear closed-toe shoes, closed heel shoes, no high heels permitted. No walking assists allowed on plant tours. Canes, walkers, crutches. They do give free wheelchairs. So if you do have walking issues, you could have done that. Occasionally, due to circumstances outside of the National Corvette Museum's control, the plant may not be in normal production during all or part of your visit. Your scheduled tour will continue with the guide, sharing the full assembly process. Refunds and discounts do not apply. So there is a big thing here on the 28th next month. All right. And it's already sold out. You ever been to a car show with just a Corvette? It's a crazy thing. All right. I do have to record Rocky Boyman, so I'm not quite prepared for that. Again, I could have made it to Louisville, I think, and yet I went to bed 40 minutes. I think I got here at 8:30, put on the ESPYs for a little bit, chatting with my nephew, and I think the light went out at 9:10. I passed right out. So I'm only about an hour and a half away from Louisville, so I probably could have done the whole thing. Now, what happens on the way back? The idea was to leave Tuesday, come back, arrive in Wednesday. What happens if I can't make it back? Am I crashing in Hammond? Baton Rouge? I do gain an hour on the way back. Not that changes the amount of driving time. We'll get to Paul Skenes here. I was filled in. I'll give Mike Abear the credit. I actually met him at a Cajuns softball game. He was nice enough to mention it. I don't know if Kevin Foote found this out yet. I don't know if Kevin Foote has reported this. And I'm not sure what is there to report outside of and yesterday's Lockdown Sunbelt. We're talking about the QBs. And there's one missing on the Cajuns roster, as it turns out. Samari Collier is not on the roster anymore. Is that right? Let's see here. We got Ben Woldridge, Dwayne Winfield, Chandler Fields, and that's it. That's what's on the roster, at least online. Samari has not tweeted anything out to indicate otherwise. I will say this: there is a. I'm sure everything's being taken care of, but the Cajuns are short an SID right now. I don't know if they've hired somebody yet. But Samari has not. He's retweeted a couple of things about his friends, but it doesn't seem like he has tweeted anything about leaving or himself about that. So he hasn't done anything about himself. So we don't know. So just a heads up if Samari Collier is on the Cajuns or not. All right, the big news yesterday, driving up. Heard it for the last 4 or 5 hours of the drive. Paul Skenes throwing the no-hitter for 7 innings and then being taken out. I did not know that he didn't pitch it all that well I didn't see it, right? I was in the car. Chris Candy said he didn't throw a strike in the 6th, despite throwing 6 pitches and getting out of it. It was interesting because the manager for the Pirates said that he was tired, and yet I swear I heard he threw like 26 pitches in the last 3 innings. How tired can you be if you're throwing 26 pitches in 3 innings? I mean, in the last 3 innings, that's not a lot, right? It's like 12 or 15 per inning. You want 12 or less, right? You're not. Now, Skenes is going to figure this out eventually, right? He's still trying to strike everybody out. But a ground ball on 0-1 is better than a 3-pitch strikeout. All right, we want economical, right? And Greg Maddux was the best of that. We need economical pitches, right? We're not trying to throw the most pitches. We're trying to throw the fewest pitches. But still, he only had 99 pitches. That's not a lot. If he was at 125 through 7, sit him down. All right. I did hear an explanation that said, if he said they were going to take him out, he wasn't going to the 9th anyways. Like he's never pitched 8, so they weren't going to let him go 9. So they said, if we're not going to let him go 9, let's just not let him go 8. That was the people are surmising that following the game, which is not a bad explanation. Now, when's the next time he's going to pitch? Is the All-Star game? He's going to get a lot of breaks. I did hear Candy talking that he's going to be pulled in every direction. It's not going to be a break for him. Well, it probably won't be. But we're only talking like 2 days, right? I'm talking Monday and Tuesday. That's it. It will be a break because he'll have a break on Wednesday, and then he'll have a break on Thursday. Most likely, I don't know if the Pirates are going to switch the rotation, right? People can, with the All-Star break, and now, it used to end, some teams used to end on Thursday, but I think everyone gets that extra day off now, and the games don't start again until Friday. So he's probably going to have a bullpen day on Sunday, right? And then he's going to throw on Tuesday. I'm going to guess he's going to throw 1 inning, maybe 2. I doubt it, though. The starter used to throw 3 in the All-Star game, but he's going to pitch. I can't imagine him pitching more than 20, 25 pitches. I'd be shocked if he pitches more than 1 inning. So he's going to have a bullpen on Sunday. He's going to pitch on Tuesday, and then either pitch on whatever it is, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, however the Pirates want to start the rotation again, right? Because even the Sunday pitcher would be on almost regular Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Even the Sunday starter, whoever that's going to be for the Pirates, and I don't follow the Pirates, even the Sunday starter would be on regular rest for Friday. So anybody could start. So he's going to have a bunch of days off, right? He's not pitching. He's not going to pitch a load, a heavy pitch load again. He's going to pitch Tuesday, so it's not a day off. But he's not making another start until next Friday at the earliest, and it could be Saturday. He's going to have a lot of time off. His arm is going to be rested by the time he throws another start for the Pirates. I would have let him go into the 8th and see where we are. And if he gets up to the 115 mark, probably shut him down. But if he has another 6-pitch inning and he's at 105, I'm going to give the chance. I say this at the same time because he's been ramped up. All right, Skenes has been ramped up. Let's see here. Now I'm lost here. Out of sight, out of mind, right? The Cajuns pitcher who had a no-hitter, it wasn't Chase. It was the Sunday starter. It wasn't Blake. Wasn't it Carson Fluno? Wasn't it Fluno? The problem with that one was he hadn't pitched a lot that point. Right? That was the only problem with that one. Okay. So we look at, and I think it did take a toll. All right. So working his way up to the almost no, which was also 7, he came out into the 8th. Okay. Carson Fluno, the most pitches he had thrown, and this is working his way up, 69, 71, 86. But going backwards, he had thrown 68 pitches against Tulane in 3 innings. He'd thrown 62 pitches against Arkansas State in 3 innings. He threw 39 pitches in 2 innings against Old Dominion. And he threw 42 pitches against ULM in 4 innings. His next outing was 109 pitches. To me, that was too much. I will give Diggs credit. He said, yeah, that's a special thing. We're trying to get him to get a no-hitter. All right, so he admitted that. That's where I would have. He's already thrown more than double his pitches, and he would have let him go, right? He would have pitched 120 pitches, and then, he struggled for a bit. He did not have a good outing in his next outing against Coastal. Didn't pitch very much against Houston Christian. That may have been that midweek ball game. Only pitched a couple of innings against Southern Miss. Pitched 1 inning against Troy. He struggled for a bit there because he was too tired. But now if you want to look at, Paul Skenes game by game, he's been working his way up. Let's see if we got pitch counts on these stats. I doubt it. Oh, yeah. No, we got it. Okay. His first outing, he pitched 84 pitches. That was his first major league outing, right? He had been working his way up in the minors. Then he pitched 100, 93, 96, 93, 103, 96, 98, 102. Last time against the Mets, it was 107, and now he's pitched 99. So, he's right there. We're not a huge percentage above. Again, if you want to tell me he threw 15 pitches in the 8th, I'm going to sit him down, I would have been all fine with that. We're not getting him to the 125 mark. But if he pitches 8 to 10, and he can get out of that with 116 to 120, I would have done that. I know that's only a few pitches, but if he came into the All-Star break throwing a no-hitter, that'd have been awesome. That would have been awesome. All right, let's talk about this drive. This was the first time, I have such a bad memory for some things. I passed some things in Mississippi, which I was trying to figure out where I went, and it was the spillway. It was the bourbon drop of all things. Where I was here. Why was I here? It couldn't have been going to Nashville last year because that's not the way I went. I went through Mobile and Birmingham. And Birmingham. And that drive lasts forever. guess I wasn't paying attention. Mississippi's got to last forever as well. But went through Canton, Mississippi, and there's a Levi's plant and a Nissan plant. So, I mean, you got Nissan in Mississippi, right? You got Hyundai and Mercedes in Alabama, and Kia is in Georgia. All of those foreign automobile makers. I mean, there's a lot of jobs. You can't. The Nissan plant is right up on the highway. It's at least a half a mile long, maybe a mile long. You can't see how deep. Whereas the Hyundai plant, and maybe even the Mercedes plant, certainly the Hyundai plant outside of Montgomery is set back a little bit off the highway so you can see how far back it goes. It's a lot of people working a lot of things. First time I'd driven through Oxford. I never been to Oxford, Mississippi. I don't know if I'm going to do that on the way back or not. Maybe make a pit stop. I've never seen Ole Miss. I've been through 2 Jacksons. I went to 2 Jacksons. Jackson, Mississippi was the host of, I think, the 1992 Texas League All-Star game. And I mean, that was a one-night deal. We were there at least one night. I don't think we were there for 2. We got in, checked into the hotel, and I think there was a dinner, and the next day was the game, and we left after the game. And I think we may have had a game that night. It was bad. We got in at, who knows what time we got in. my roommate at the time, his buddies came in, and I said, "Hey, are you gonna, can you pick me up at the ballpark?" And he's like, "No." I'm like, "What do you mean?" I mean, I know it's gonna be late, but he's like, "I wrapped my car around a telephone pole drunk driving." This was 1992. Oh man. He lived in New York, and he had to come back. You know, he had to go through whatever it was, but bad. Yeah, we're talking about, that yesterday, that, it happened back then. I mean, he's lucky he wasn't killed. He's lucky his friends weren't killed. Yeah, it wasn't good. And then went through Jackson, Tennessee. I got a quick story about that. That's where the Jackson. Now I got it. I don't even remember the name of the team. Oh, West End. It was the West End Diamond Jacks. There you go. It was the West End Diamond Jacks, and they played at Pringles Park. And I sort of made fun of the name, and then I heard my friend call it the Big Chip. Matt Park, Boys of the Orange, used to call that. I did not have a good run in there. I unfortunately upset some people. Shockingly. The owner of the team wrote my GM. The GM was not a big fan of the owner. No, it did say baseball stadium. I didn't think it was too far away. I didn't think it was too far away from the ballpark. This is gonna be my mother calling. Who's calling? Yeah, that's my mother. I'll get back to her in a second. I just hang up on my mother. I just hang up on Mama Schultz. My boss was not a big fan of him. Not that he was wrong, but it did not go over well. And then I became friends with him or something like that. He was an interesting character. And I don't know how long let's see, how long did let's see here, West 10 Diamond Jacks. They did not last very long. Are they still here? No. Diamond Jacks, premium jewelry. Oh God, this is the website is still up. Diamond Jacks to offer new ticket flex plan 2009. Is someone paying for this? Former Major League Baseball veteran Phil Plantier has been named the 2009 manager. In an announcement made by West End Diamond Jacks general manager Tom Hansen, the team released their schedule for the 2009 season. I guess that's the last one. Oh, no, Diamond Jacks to host the 2011 Southern League All-Star game. I don't know. Let's see here. brief history of the West 10 Diamond Jacks. So I would have been here. They would have showed up. I think 98 was their first season. My first season in the Southern League, I think that was their first season. There's a, yeah. Does not say. No. This is a story about, can you remember last time? No. 3 years before the Mariners planted their Double-A affiliate in Jackson, Tennessee, the West End Diamond Jacks were embroiled in a dispute with Major League Baseball. Significant financial losses plagued the club's ownership, prompting them to ask for a swift relocation to Maudlin, South Carolina. According to a decision handed down by the Supreme Court of Tennessee at Jackson in 2007, certain documents had been wrongfully withheld from reporters that revealed losses of at least $150,000 during both 2003 and 2004 seasons. The president of Losniak Baseball, Bob Losniak, wrote to the city's mayor in early 2005, hoping to terminate the stadium lease based on the losses due to date. Unfortunately for the Diamond Jacks, relocation was simply not an option, and neither was a desperate attempt to sell the team to investors in Florida after the 2006 season. While the Jacks cut ties with their parent club, the Chicago Cubs, the Mariners packed up their prospects after a disappointing season in San Antonio, Texas, and moved right in. They hope not only to revitalize the team spirit in Jackson, but to build a profitable minor league team contender after turning over 52 players to the big leagues in 2006. Now, who was he? I mean, yeah. Let's see. All right, we got to wrap this up. West 10 Diamond Jacks. The owner was David somebody. So they only were around for 12 seasons. Don't see that very often. 1998 to 2010. West 10 Diamond Jacks were honored as the Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame as the 2001 Professional Team of the Year. The West 10 Diamond Jacks, the Double-A affiliate of the Chicago Cubs organization in Jackson, Tennessee, capped a stellar year by winning the championship of the Double-A Southern League. In addition, the team was listed number 2 in Baseball America's final Double-A power rankings. Doesn't say here. All right, now this is going to bother me. Diamond Jacks, original owner, David somebody. I think he's passed away. Original owner. No. Okay. Well, I don't have it. All right. Anyways, I think that's about it. We'll go look for a place to live in Louisville. I got to make sure I get that right. All right. Was that it? Yeah, I think that was about it. Talk Paul Skenes. Oh, Steve Gleason had a special night last night. That was very cool. Drew Brees there to introduce him to Gleason. I mean, 11 years, right? I mean, I think Lou Gehrig was gone in like 2. I know he's got a lot of help, but goodness gracious, it is impressive. So I'm going to go back and see that. I actually think I was passing out in the middle of that. So that's something to go watch. Go watch Steve Gleason's ESPYs. I think his son accepted the award with him. So that's amazing. He is an inspiration. If you're having tough days, nothing compared to what Steve Gleason's going through on a daily basis. And I know he may be somewhat financially taken care of, but that is the least of his issues. So props to Steve Gleason and for being an inspiration in the new book out. So that's something I got to pick up before we leave Louisiana. All right. Have a great day, everybody. I got to prepare for the Rocky Boyman interview here, recording, and I think we'll get that locked on Sunbelt on today's thing. So we'll preview the Sunbelt Media Days. All right. Thanks so much for tuning in. Isn't today Friday? Today's Friday. So we'll see. We'll probably be back on Monday. So, but we'll be in Louisville, and we'll see if we have a place to live. All right. Hopefully there's a couple places. Again, I'm trying to get the best bang for my buck. If I get a small, inexpensive place, I can save some money. If I get a nicer place, it needs to be a little bit bigger and have a pool, which you won't find in a house, but one of those bigger apartment complexes. So thanks so much for tuning in. It is episode 75 of the Schultzycast. Have a great day, everybody. Talk to you again on Monday.